Hey there, Manswell. How are you today?
I'm doing great, doing great. Kind of hot down here in South Georgia, but
I'm
hey,
sure. I'm sure. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I was sick, had me a little flu.
oh, that's fine. We understand. I'm glad you're feeling better. Glad to see you back in the saddle.
Woohoo! Hi, everybody. It's Joycelyn Wells, and it's Manswell Mondays or Mondays with Manswell. And if you forgot, Manswell Peterson is running for Secretary of State of Georgia, and we're trying to win. So we are getting a head start, and we are just going to knock them down each week until we can get closer and closer to the goal. How's that sound?
That sounds great. That sounds great.
So last time we talked, we were talking about digital voting, but you just told me you wanted to talk about something else. What you got for us today?
Well, today we want to actually go into the meat of what some of the Secretary of State does, and that deals with the licenses and certification that people deal with. Everybody's not a test taker, and so some people actually have to go in there and take that written test, but then they have panic attacks or they know they're not good test takers, so they do horrible on it. What I want to do is actually change the atmosphere of that. I want to bring us up to the 21st century. So I want to actually set it up to where people can actually come in there. If you want to take a written test, you can take that. But here's another option. You can have a written test slash oral test as well. So part of it will be written, part of it will be oral. And the third component of that is the complete oral test. And if you do that oral test in front of five of your peers, so let's say you're a diesel mechanic and you go in there and you know how to fix those diesel engines and everything else that goes on with those vehicles, but you're not a good test taker. See, now you're going to be able to get your
Mm-hmm,
certification by explaining to those people exactly
mm-hmm.
what's going on, and that's the difference.
Ah, okay. So you're trying to make sure that everybody has a fair shot at taking the test.
Right. You just want to make sure that the test is fair because
Yep.
honestly, in
You hear me? Okay.
education, when you go to your dissertation and sometimes when you go to your thesis, you have to do an oral defense of that. So I'm just bringing that to the other layer of education that you have here in Georgia and hopefully spread to other states because I mean, how unfair is it to make everybody take a written test when everybody's not good at taking tests? I mean, I was a nerd in high school and college, so I could read the chapter an hour before the exam and I'm gonna ace it. But everybody's not a good test taker, so I want to open it up for everyone so they can actually have a better experience.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. I think that's important because you hit on a very valid point. A lot of people aren't good test takers. And when you start listening, when you get new information and you're being tested on the old information, that confuses you even more, right? Because
Yeah,
you think you're prepared for what you know, and then you get in there and they're asking you something from 10 years ago, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and and it makes it better because if you can actually go in there and explain it to your peers orally, you don't go in there with the anxiety of saying, okay, I gotta sit here and do this written exam, or you can take that half written, half oral exam, which technically you're still doing the same thing. The only
Yeah.
difference is you're opening up the market to where it's more fair. But guess what? Now you got more people getting certifications, more people qualifying for jobs, or more people qualifying to open up their own businesses because they need that certification. And that's the bigger difference. So it's like even with I think with the air conditioner repair, the mechanics, the barber, the beauticians, all those people, you never know who's going to be struggling taking a test and how many of them are sitting back there still working under somebody else and not making what they can be making. We're going to open it up so everybody can have a fair
Everybody.
shot. And that's what we love about that program.
Well, good. And I mean, I love that you're coming in and your focus is on everybody. Your focus is
Right.
on how we're going to open this office up to service everybody and how it's almost laying out the welcome mat for those new wannabe business owners, for the already business owners that aren't licensed yet. Like
Right.
you want to lay it out to say, come on, we're going to do this right so that they can then once they're registered and certified and everything, they can get those small business loans and those opportunities for growth, right?
And that is a big thing, because business ownership is such a big thing because you can actually pass that down for generations. I mean,
Mhm.
I got one diesel mechanic right now. His son is petrified of taking the exam, and he
Wow.
told me, he said, with you doing that, that's going to open up him because he can explain to you how to fix a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to written tests, he struggles.
He's
And so
struggling.
I sat there and I talked to him and I asked him, how would you fix my Nissan truck if this was going? And he would tell me, he broke it down step by step by step. But then, I asked him about the test, and you can literally see the fear pop up in his eyes. And so that is why I'm excited about that because, again, I'm going to make this office where it's open to all Georgians. It doesn't matter who you are, guys.
Yeah.
But we have to put people in office who have new, fresh ideas. We cannot keep doing the same thing time and time again, year after year. We are so far behind in the technology range of what that office can do to help Georgians, and that's what we're going to do to make it better for everybody.
Awesome. And I think that's so amazing that you're literally addressing testing bias. Like you are saying, here's the issue, and we're gonna because that's been a problem forever. Like when
Yes,
you not even for just Black Americans or white Americans. I mean, we're talking socioeconomic status problem. Like those tests have been biased forever.
yeah,
And now you're looking at how are we going to change this that we're not going to say you can't do it or you're limited because you're afraid to do it. We're now going to say there are options for you to do it. So that's
right.
amazing. Good for you. I'm liking that.
You,
I'm
and but it is getting such positive feedback because again, everybody's not a test taker. I mean, I'm probably in that small percentage of people who can take a test and I don't care. Before I go to the test, I don't care. During the test, I don't care. After the test, because I'll walk out knowing I got enough to pass it. And that is a big thing. I want to make sure that we do it for everybody. And we're going to do it. And we keep telling everybody, this is how we get new things changed. This is how we progress Georgia forward because everybody's so stuck again on passing out water and snacks. You forgetting this office has so much more to offer. I keep
yeah.
telling everybody, we got to let the lawyers and the courts deal with this now. It's the
Hmm.
law, we're fighting it, but I'm going to show you what else that we can do with this office to make your daily lives better. See, these are the kitchen table topics that nobody else is talking about, and so
Right.
we're going to do that because they don't have a plan. And when you don't have a plan, guess what? You're going to go in there and you're going to stumble. And
Right.
we're going to come in there with a strong team, strong leadership, and we're going to change things like this for the testing. And that's just one part of what we're going to do. So we're excited about it, and we're excited to get the message out to the people and let them know more and more and more.
Right. And good. As a small business owner myself, one of the things that I figured out in dealing with other small business owners is that so many people don't know what to do from their LLC or renewing it each year, or so many people just don't know, and that stops them from growing. Like that
Yeah,
stops them. And you're talking about you're going to come in here and open this office up to allow it to be across the board, easy accessible for everybody across the board, regardless
yeah,
of education level. That's not going to be the thing that drives whether you understand what you're doing here, right?
right. Yes,
And
because again,
that's what we
you got
need.
to think about it. The people who go to tech school, they deserve the same, privileges that everybody else does. And so that's where the backbone of our economy is. Because if you think about it, an electrician, a plumber, HC repairman, the mechanic, those are the people that we rely on every single day. That's what we rely on. So why not make it better for everyone? And that comes back with, like I said, making the testing in different options, but also making that Secretary of State office to where we're supporting the businesses more than what they're doing now. They're
Okay.
supporting, but we can do so much more to make it so much easier. And
Yeah.
so we look forward to doing that.
Okay. Good. I'm excited to hear this. I'm excited about your campaign. I'm so
Thank,
proud of you.
thank you.
I am. I'm so proud of you. It's like I just feel like somebody I know is running for office, and you have these amazing ideas to make it accessible for the everyday working person. And I like that because we never think about that office as something that's going to benefit us, but you're putting it into the terms and you're putting it on the table. This is yours too. And I love
Right.
that. Yeah, I
Yes.
absolutely love that. So what have you done this week? What have you where have you visited this past weekend and last week? Who have you
Ooh,
talked to?
okay. This has all been about the past weekend and week has all been about South Georgia, driving up and down those roads and talking to the smallest communities, talking to everyone from the janitor to the CEOs, and the excitement is brewing because they finally see somebody who's thinking about issues that affect them, that's going to impact their families. And so when I say South Georgia, I mean South Georgia. And so we're going to continue that road. We will be in the Atlanta area soon. Matter of fact, our early part of June, we're going to be back in the Atlanta area. Um, and we got a surprise coming for everybody. Hopefully after that visit, but we're gonna hold off for that one. I'll let you know. So we got a surprise coming after we do the visit, about the second week of June. But we're gonna be in Atlanta doing some stuff, and then we're gonna head back to South Georgia and get that prepped and ready for everybody. But when I tell you, the campaign is moving forward. To date, we have over 100 people who have volunteered for this campaign. And when I tell you from Metro Atlanta down to Albany to Brunswick to Savannah and Augusta, Columbus and Macon,
Wow.
we are making the rounds. And I always tell people, you can get the show and pompous all you want to, but it comes down to people.
Yeah.
The people have to vote for you, and that's how we're going to win this primary. That's how we're going to win this general election because the people see we got somebody who's not trying to bring hate or just rhetoric to this office. We're bringing somebody in this office who wants to help us. And
Yes.
whether it's helping you personally or it's helping your nephew, your son, your daughter, your father, your mother, your grandmother, if you have a small business or a nonprofit, we are coming to help you. And
Yes.
that's the
Love it.
difference. That's why the momentum is picking up. And so we are excited about that. And we're ready. We're going to continue.
Yeah.
We're going to
You have me
continue.
excited. Every time I text you, I say, let's win. Like that's just
That's it.
that's become my slogan. Let's win. Like that's what I
Win.
say to you because I'm ready and I'm excited for you and I'm happy to be a part of your team. And thank you for giving me this 15 minutes so that we can talk and you can let your constituents know what you have going on. And it's gonna be great. And we're trying to win. So what
Yes.
do you need from everybody? What do you need?
Hey,
You
we
need
need you guys to go to Manswell for Georgia. That's MANSWELLFOR Georgia.com. Spell Georgia out. Go to Manswell for Georgia. Sign up to be volunteers. If you want to make a donation, you click the donate link there. You'll go right to my Act Blue. From there, you can actually donate. We're looking for people to make that $5, $7, $10, $20, and hopefully you can make it recurring for us because that's going to be the difference. Because we're going to go up and down this road. We're going to try to hit as many of these counties as we can.
absolutely.
We're going to try to hit, we have 159 counties, and we're going to try to hit every one of these counties. And we're going to be on the road on some of these Mondays. And they're going to be like, wait, where is he at now?
That
And
where's
that's
he
the
at
bigger
now?
difference. We're
That's
going
right.
to be on the road. And as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, right now we're in summer break. I know people are enjoying their breaks. And, it's amazing how people still want to talk. They're planning their summer vacations. Everybody's getting open back up, so people are trying to plan trips, but it's still the excitement is building, the buzz is building because Georgia's
Yeah.
been on everybody's mind since 2020, and now here comes
Georgia.
2022. And so this election is gonna garner national attention.
Yeah.
It's gonna garner national, and it already has. And so we're dealing with the impact of that as well. And so we're letting everybody in the United States know, hey, we are here, we are
Right.
standing here, but we're gonna turn this office to something better for everybody else. And
Yes.
so that's what we are. That's who we are. That's what we're gonna be.
I am
Open and
super
transparent for
excited.
everybody.
I am super excited for you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm looking forward to just being a part of your team and putting this information out there. Um, donate, make your donations. Are these donations tax deductible? Aren't they tax
No,
deductible?
no,
They're not tax
they're
deductible.
not. Elections are not tax deductible.
Dang
I wish
it.
they were, but they're not tax deductible, guys. But
Oh,
hey,
okay.
but if they want to help us win, like I said, look, they gotta hit that Act Blue button on the website.
And you know what?
Gotta,
I'm going to put the link. I'll put the link on this, and I'll put it on the YouTube. And make sure you tell your volunteers to share it on their social media pages. And
yes.
yeah, let everybody know to share it and subscribe so they can keep seeing Mondays with Manswell all the way through the general election, all the way through the win. So
Yes, we
yeah.
will.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on next Monday. Good luck.
Alrighty, see you
You be
later.
safe out there.